Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. We are doing right now the second API test, which is post to all products list. We have the same API URL as previous, nothing didn't change. The method has changed and it is post method, and the response code this time it's going to be 405, and the response message is going to be this request method is not supported. So what this means, it's basically going to be a negative test. So in this test, we are going to verify how the API behaves when we use a wrong HTTP method on the correct endpoint. The endpoint API/productsList is designed to work with the gets requests only. So it should not accept post requests. So in this test, we going to do something incorrect. We will send a post request to API products list. Then we will expect the server to reject this request. The correct status code for this 405 method not allowed. This is called a negative test. Then we will send it. Then after that, we expect the API should not allow this method. Then status code should be 405, and optionally you can say that response body may contain an error message like this request method is not supported. Then if we want to say what's the goal of this test case with API 2 is going to be to ensure that the API is properly protected and does not accept unsupported HTTP methods for a given endpoint. So let's start with the Python library we had there previously. Our first API test functions. We have there already the base URL. Let's close this terminal. Then let's start. The function is going to send a post request to the products list endpoint, and there is one important spot that this endpoint is supposed to only allow get requests. That means when we try using post, it should fail. Then this means when we try using, it's gonna fail, and this function does not validate the result yet, so only sends the request. So let's define and write API to post product lists negative test. Then let's define it. Post products list. Then requests. We need to write the URL again. Then we need to write the endpoint products list. Then return requests.post URL. So what we're doing there is, let's write next to it. This is going to send the post request, and this is the wrong method for this endpoint. So it's going to be the wrong one. Then we come to the function which will validate the server properly rejects this wrong request. So we're going to define post products should return for 5. Well, it's going to validate that the server going to properly reject this wrong request, and a well-designed API should return HTTP 200 API wrapper OK from the server side, then JSON response code 405, but method not allowed. So let's write it. Then we have to call the method above to trigger the post request. Response dot equals self dot. So let's say we call the methods above to trigger post request. Then we need to first make a validation. HTTP level response must be 200. Server responded fine. Wait a second, I'm gonna check something. What was there? Just a break. I'm gonna come back. I need to check something. I'm checking my file. 1 second. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay. Response 200. Raise. Wait a second. No, I did correctly wrong. Sorry. Okay, now we are fine. Response dot status code. So first validation for response must be 200. If not, then fail. Then we need to raise a assertion error. Let's say expected status or HTTP 200 wrapper got response started code, body response text. Okay, then we need to, oh, there is a problem. Try. We need to convert response body to JSON. Then if conversion fails, response is not valid JSON fail, then it will fail. Data equals response.json. Then expect value error, then raise assertion error. Invalid JSON. Something is wrong there. What is wrong there? Okay, let's explain something else then. Convert response body to JSON. Then if conversion fails, response is not valid JSON. Okay, but so let's edit this. Yeah, like this is. Then we need a second validation, which response JSON must indicate method is not allowed. So let's say second validation. Response JSON must method is not allowed. Then if data.get response code then we need to raise again assertion error. Which is, let's say, expected response code 405 got data.get. We need to get it. Code, yes, then yes. We have somewhere some problem, but yeah, now it's okay. So what we're doing there is that there is a get. That get protects us if k does not exist, then returns none instead of crashing. So let's say if we reach here, both validations passed, API is behaving correctly. Return data. Let's say if we reach here, both validations passed, API is behaving correctly. then also we can say return structured JSON for robot framework test usage. Then this looks, I'm checking, this looks pretty fine. Then we need to create a new robot file, API 2.robot. Oh. Okay. Test cases. API 2. Post to all products list. Then we have tags. Again, let's say regression. Then API. We're gonna have that result again equals post products list should return 405, then should result, then response code 405. Okay, what we did, I want to explain the tags. The tags are the labels used to group and categorize the test cases. So the regression is going to be the test is the part of regression test suite, and API is going to be automation test. So tags helps us in CI/CD pipelines, scheduling and reporting. Then we are calling a Python keyword there. Post product list should return 405, and this keyword performs sending a post request to product list, validating HTTP wrapper response 200, then parsing JSON response and validating the JSON response code 405. Then if any validation fails, the test stops and fails. If everything is correct, then JSON is returned and stored in the result variable. Then we have the built-in keywords. Let's say it's a robot framework built-in assertion. It compares two integer values. The actual is going to be results response code value from the JSON there, from the JSON, and the expected, the second one is going to be 405, method not allowed. Then this confirms that the API itself is returning the correct error code in this response body. If they do not match, test fails, and if they match, test will pass. And in this case, test case, like summary of this, we use the wrong HTTP method on an API endpoint. Then a well-secured API must reject unsupported methods. Then we will validate this both at HTTP level and JSON response level. Then this is a classic negative test scenario. Let's try. I hope it will work. Okay. Oh, I have something wrong there. Product. Oh, okay. Wait a second. What's wrong with that? Post products should return 405. Post products. Oh, why I'm having this problem right now? Let's check it. Sometimes it can be something we don't see it, but let's check. I'm gonna I will just close and open it again. Oh, what's wrong with this? Oh, what's wrong with this really? Now it's working, I guess. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, sometimes some silly mistakes. I don't know what was wrong. Just rewriting it. Let's check what is going on. Yeah. Response code is 405. The message is this request method is not supported. Yeah, we get our goal. It's fine. See you in the next video.